everyone, it's Rambling Hour with Lisa, season 22, episode 9, coming to you live from the garden. I don't have my tooth fixed. I get it fixed this week, so next Sunday when you see me, I will have a new, like, post crown, they call it, stuck in there. So, how is everyone? What have you been up to this last week? How is yeah, why I just said that. How are you guys? I'm feeling much better. Thank you for asking. And I've been taking care of the garden this week, which makes me really happy. We've had plus 30 temperatures, which were really hot, but because I got to be in the garden, I could have my feet in the pond to cool off, or wet my hair to cool off, and it's been really good. And this week, if it's hot, I can jump in the pond. Last week, I was on my lady days, so it was just a lot of hoopla to be able to jump in my plunge pool, which is really annoying that it happened the week that it was in the 30s, but can't have it all, can we? So next week, I think I'll do my live, if everything works out. It might be 23 next week during the day, so hopefully it's still nice in the evening, and I will be sitting on a blow-up lounger thing in the on top of the plunge pool next Sunday on my live. Sorry if you can hear it's good outdoors, as you guys will know. So you'll hear planes going over and everything else. Right now it's the cooing of the pigeons as they roost. Oh, now that I said that, he stopped, which is nice because they can be very annoying, especially in the morning sometimes if they're really close to the window. One morning there was one that I swear it was on our window ledge, like our bedroom window ledge, and just like cooing from there. Mom says, hi Lisa. Hi Mom. How are you, Mom? Has the rain stopped in your part of the world? So the last few days we've been at Steve's dad's house down in Somerset, and the weather's been nice. We went to the seaside, but we went for lunch and ice cream, but we didn't make it down to the sea or on the beach, but it was still a nice couple days. Today we went out for lunch with Steve's dad to a carvery. I've explained those to you guys before. Here, there's a lot of carveries where it's like a Sunday roast dinner. You go, it's like a buffet, but you only get so much meat, but you can choose like 2 types of meat out of the, so today they had lamb, pork, like a pork roast. And then they had gammon, which is like a ham, and turkey, and roast beef. I had lamb and pork. And then so they give you your meat and a Yorkshire pudding, and then you go and you fill up with your vegetables and your gravy and everything else. And so the vegetables and gravy and all that, you can have as much as you want. But it was really, really yummy. And so we went to a carvery today with Steve's dad at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon before we headed back here. And the drive can take, like when we drove up there on Friday, it took 2.5 hours. And today it took almost 4 hours to get back because of traffic. So it really depends how busy the motorway is and stuff. I have to be honest, I slept most of the way. Steve did the driving. It's just kind of boring if I'm not driving myself, and then he's listening to Harry Potter. And I'm just not much company when I'm in a vehicle, because I tend to zone out or want to read or want to sleep or write in my journal or whatever. So yeah, we got home pretty much like 15 minutes before 8 o'clock. So I set up quickly, and I'm like, oh, my watch is dead though. I need to charge that too. So I'm pretty much not late. I don't have my microphone on, but I do talk loud. So hopefully everything's good with the sound. And yeah, I thought I would come to you from outside. It is like, I'm going to pretend it's not, but the breeze is a bit chilly. It is shady on this side of the house. At this time of night, the sun still hasn't set, but the sun is only shining in the front of the house. So our house is on an angle from the like northwest, so that angle is north. So the sun rises in the east, which is like this corner where my raised beds are, and then it goes across the house and sets in the west, which is out front. So if that's east, so this is north, and then where my plunge pool is south. So the sun comes up over here and it goes across, and so my back garden yard is mostly sunny for the day, but and then there's usually shade like the front of the house. But at night, because it's on the other side of the house, we'll get the sun in the front and not in the back, which is why I used to have that little table and chairs in the front, because when the sun wasn't out here anymore, that would be the only place I could sit in the sun if I wanted to. There goes the plane. And now, because we don't have a table in the back, I have that table and chairs back here, so I can sit back here by the pond. Eventually we'll have a new table and chairs back here, and I can put that one back in the front or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, I did work on the wildlife pond in the front too, because it's been like 3 years and I hadn't thinned out the plants, and so I did that. Half of it is done, but it's got room now that's just water, instead of being so crowded with plants in the pond that you couldn't even tell a pond was there. And I have my water lily there that's looking good. So I'm looking forward to this week being in the garden, and because we've had those hot days, it was just watering every day, watering the stuff in the front, watering the stuff in the back. Then you got to get back to the front. So now I had everything watered so we could go away, and we've been gone a few days. So now there's things that are in pots that are needing to be watered, but we have other things to do this week as well, like my tooth and art class. And our youngest is having her 18th birthday on Friday. I mean, that is her birthday. I don't know if and when she's doing something for her birthday, but Friday is her actual birthday, and Erica will be 18. So yeah, Wednesday is Canada Day in Canada. That's like the 4th of July, but for Canada. So, and Canada is younger than United States, so that's what's happening this week. My best friend growing up, Rachel, her birthday is on the 30th, June 30th. So this was always like the end of school in Canada. And it still is for kids who live in Canada, but I am not a kid, nor do I live in Canada anymore. But what I think of at the end of June is Rachel's birthday and getting out of school. So yeah. And then that's when like summer really begins for kids in Canada, because you're out of school. I'm just so grateful for all the summers we had at the lake, and because life changes so much, and our childhood is not the same as our kids' childhood, and our childhood is not the same as our parents' childhood, and our grandkids. Like everybody, you want to give the best parts of what you had to your kids and your grandkids, but it's interesting how everything is its own thing. Because like my mom grew up without a dad because he passed away when my grandma was pregnant with my mom. So she grew up in a single parent household, and I didn't. I grew up with my parents still married and together, and then my kids were in a divorced household, and now they have a stepdad, and that's something I never had. And so it just, whether you want it to or not, everybody's life is different. And the kids these days are definitely different than, kids are kids, but how can we encourage these kids to want things out of life, to be motivated to want more for themselves? It's like taking longer for them to be more grown up and be more independent. And I don't know what the trick is. Like, it's not even like something that I can do for them. It's them wanting more out of life for themselves. I don't know how to encourage them and in a positive way. And I don't know how, because even if you don't want to work at a job, I get that, because lots of us don't want to work at a job, but we have to. But on your downtime, like hobbies and things, I was always doing things. I was a volunteer. I was doing my art. I always had something crafty, or I was always doing something. So it's just weird to me when they don't have much interests or side things or whatever. I don't know. We all have different lives, but in the end, we're all okay, right? It's also interesting, we shouldn't compare ourselves to people for good or for bad, but I also sometimes I'll look at people's lives and things that they've been through and stuff, and just trauma that people have been through that I have not experienced, or like I said, even divorced parents or siblings they don't get along with, or just how everybody's life is so different. So when I see some of the things that people have struggled with or are dealing with now, or have dealt with in the past and are still dealing with the aftermath of that, I just don't know how much I can relate. We have all had our own struggles in life, so we all have different things that we've had to deal with. But for me personally, my only demon really has been my depression and myself bug. But besides that, I've had a really, really good life. So I don't know how much I can relate to people who have, I am an empath, and like, so if I watch a movie about something, that's why, like, I mean, I think partly why I knew what it was like to fly in a plane before I ever went on one, or like I knew how to ride a horse even before I was on one. Could be past lives, could be just that I can watch a movie and picture myself there and experience the whole thing. So if I watched a movie about in a temple in China, and then I went to that temple in China, hi Sashi, hi, hello Sashi, then I would, like, I can feel like I'm there even watching a movie. Like, that's how good my imagination is. So what I'm saying is, as an empath, and being, and always having been able to, which is why I cry at movies all the time, even though my brother would make fun of me, because I can feel what the people in the characters in them are feeling. If I was them, if, you know, or if I was their friend, like, I can feel that. So I know I can relate to people that way, but I can't relate to them as in going through some of the things that they've gone through that I have never experienced and hope that I never experience. Sasha just came outside. You a good girl? Is you a good girl? Yeah? I don't know when the last time you were on my live was. You're a good girl. You're over 3 years old, right? Are you even 4 years old? I can't remember. Time just goes by too quickly. So, what's up with you guys? What have you been doing this week? Are you enjoying your summer? I know there's been hot weather in Alberta, and now it's been raining. Lots of rain. People have said some more rain than they've ever remember. And then in Ontario, you guys are going into a bit of a heat wave as well. I'm not sure, but the, what was it called? A heat dome that was over Europe, like France and here and stuff, it's lifted. So we're back to normal English weather where even if it's 20 during the day, like if the sun's not on you, it's chilly, the air. It's like, it honestly is like there was a heat dome, so it was keeping in the heat. And so it was hot at night, just like on the prairies in Alberta when it's like 19 at night when you're when you're trying to sleep. But then this heat dome like definitely like lifted or moved wherever it went, and the air just got cool. Like it was the day that we went down to Steve's dad's on Friday, and you could feel the difference in the air. It was just crazy. It's like, put the dome back on. Just don't turn up the heat so much. But you just gotta wait to go inside. I'm busy, and they'll let you in a minute. This is Sasha's new collar that she got from Canada from her daddy. Wait, come here. I'm trying to show your collar. I don't know if they can see it there. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. I just don't want to get up and let you in because I'm supposed to be on the camera. Yeah. You a good girl? Yeah. What is it that me and Steve have to do this week? We have to go. Oh, what was it that we said we were going to go? I mean, we really do need to pick stuff up for the bathroom, like the tiles for the floor and the tiles for the wall, so we can get the bathroom finished. But there was something else that we said we were going to go and get. What was it? He'll remember, maybe. Was it for the garden? No. I can't remember. That's why I need to write things down. So, what else to tell you guys about? I had Taco Bell on Friday on our way to Steve's dad's. He had Burger King, and I got it on my shirt, which was silly because I only was going away for a couple days. So I had a shower and got ready because it was so hot, right, on Friday. So I had a shower so I wasn't sweaty, put on clean clothes and everything else, and we left pretty late, so I was just driving to Steve's dad. So I'm like, well, this clothes will be clean, I can wear it tomorrow, which would be Saturday, and then put this outfit on for Sunday, right? But no, because it's me, and I got like hot sauce and cheese sauce all over my shirt, so that one was only for a few hours and it was dirty. So yeah, and then today Steve's dad was like, okay, we're going out for lunch, are you putting on your nice clothes? And I'm like, well, sorry, this is it. Shorts and a Guns N' Roses shirt that I got from Walmart in Edmonton in Canada. And yeah, so this is my nice clothes. I did bring jeans, but it was still too hot during the day to wear jeans if you didn't have to. but now it's a bit chilly. But I'm pretending it's not because it's summertime. So when I watch this back in the winter and you see all the lush green and everything, it'll be like, oh, it must have been so lovely and warm. And it's not like freezing out here, but I could have put on a jumper, which is like a hoodie or a jacket. A woolly jumper, you know, like, because they're made of wool, so a woolly jumper like a sheep. So that's why they're like wool sweaters are called jumpers here, and then hoodies are called jumpers as well. It just went from that. That's where it came from. I don't have anything planned today for my live. Not even a card pull. And I don't know, like, I'm still going to get the witch caskets, but I'm not sure if you guys even want me to open them on my lives or not, because I don't like to tease people, because it is like a kind of an expensive treat, and it's very, what's the word? I just had it, you know, when it's very, when something is specific to someone or something, like it's very niche. Is that the right word? Niche? Like it's very, there's only so many people who would appreciate even having something like that every month. And even though it's my exciting thing, I don't know if it's that exciting for you guys. And like I said, even if I get great stuff in it, I don't want to tease people if, you know, that. So I'm not even sure if I'll do my openings on here anymore. And I will still do card readings and stuff sometimes, but, and I'll do my death questions. There's, oh, I told you guys last week about that, this, camping thing in September, and it's like a death positive thing. Oh, Melody says, hello, Lisa. Hi, Melody. So yeah, it's like a, this festival for mortals, it's called. And, oh, I put it in the comments last week, but if you didn't see it, it's like a festival celebrating everything death, like, just the, I don't know how to explain it. I'll put it in the comments again, and then I'll have to read the synopsis next week, but I want to go to it. And when I told Steve about it, he just didn't understand why people would, over 300 people would want to get together to celebrate and talk about all things death. And he just thought that was bizarre. And I'm like, what are you, like, this is right up my alley. And he just thinks like it's a new interest. I'm like, what are you talking about? I've been doing my death questions for like years on my live, even before my brother passed away. In it, like, I looked it like since 2022 I've been doing the death questions. Mom says, hey Lisa, do you want all the rain we're getting? I will take some of the rain, but not all of the rain. No, I get enough here in the winter. It would save me from watering like the raised beds and stuff, but no, I'm good. You guys can keep your rain. I'm just happy that the temperatures are still going to be in the 20s this week. Because in here, you never know. You're just waiting. Sometimes you're waiting for summer. And I thought I missed summer because sometimes you only get a couple nice weeks. Like really nice weeks. Like what I say are nice, like in the 20s. You only get a couple of them and it might be in the spring. And then you don't get any more. It's just mild all year. Luckily, like I said, this week it's still supposed to be in the 20s. So I will try and be in the garden as much as I can be. I guess we had a thunder shower here. Was it last night or the night before? One of the nights. There was a thunder shower here. The kids told us, but we weren't here for it. And it didn't happen. I think it happened at Steve's dad's. Steve's dad's is south from us, so I think the storm was there a day or two before it came up here. So we never even passed under it. Yeah, I'm just going to grab my drink. It's just right here. So I don't really, if you can see my raised bed, I don't really have, well, it doesn't look like I have a lot planted. That behind me there's herbs and stuff like that, but over here there's the poppies, but a lot of them aren't flowering at the moment because they have flowered, and then hang on, I don't want to spill my drink. They flowered and I cut off the poppy heads because I want them to reflower. I'm not worried about keeping seeds from the poppy heads this year because I did it last year. So a lot of the green that you can see is poppies. There's borash or borash. I don't know how to pronounce it. Right there with the blue flowers. Again, I don't know how much you can see. And over yonder, there is more of the poppies that are in flower. There's the clematis back here. And there is, over there, there's dahlias. Actually, within this whole row, there's dahlias, but they haven't all flowered. The pink ones over there are flowering. And then there is a banana tree. There's a few bananas and a macala lilies are, no, my canna lilies are on that far corner because they'll get tall. And I put my calla lilies right here so that I can see them. I can take you guys on a little bit of a tour. I'll have to take my phone off the light because I don't have an extension lead out here right now. So oh, this is another clematis here, just on this stand right here. I need to find somewhere to put it so it's not in just this little pot. But right now it's doing good. Over here on the path, oh, falling. Okay, here there's, this is the one that I was talking about that was behind me. And, oh, Melody said something, hang on. Well, it's nasty here. We can't. We have to use our water very sparingly because of all the rain we're getting, and it's just pouring out here right now. What do you mean you have to use your water very sparingly? Oh, Mom wrote that. What do you mean you have to use your water sparingly if there's lots of rain? So behind me is the borash. If you eat, the leaves feel fuzzy, but they taste like cucumber, and you can have the blue flowers. You'll see them in salads and stuff. So, oh, did I show you that backwards? Oh no, I just showed you the right. So there is poppies here, but they're just not flowering because I cut off the seed heads, but they're still alive. They'll send shoots slower and stuff. And then there is some poppies here that are flowering. And there's a rice paper plant or paper rice plant. That's a datura with like a trumpet flower, the yellow flowers. It's poisonous. You can see the banana and then the poppies, and then there's a dahlia there. And they're like here. Oh, this is the same one. Like it's the same. It's a baby from that one. But where I don't want to pull there's one here. I don't know what color that is yet. I just put all the corms in the ground. There's one in here in between all the poppies that's not flowering yet. So, and what else? I can just take you guys all the way around if you want. So there's this path like by the greenhouse here. Hopefully my signal's all right when it goes between the Wi-Fi and then there's this path here. But like I said, it's just stuff that I stuck in for the last couple of years. Behind me here is the strawberry patches. So this is all strawberries. Some of them are little strawberry. But hey, I'm back. I'll wait for people to click on. I have no idea what's going on. I tried shutting off my Wi-Fi and then I looked at my phone and it had an E, which meant like I had no service, which I have no idea why I wouldn't have service out here. Or like on my phone, why I wouldn't have any data or service. My data is turned on. Actually, I should check. I mean, I'm sure it is. Because it was turned on when I was in Canada because I had an eSIM as well. Sorry, you can hear and see all they're jackdaws. They're like crows. Oh, they're sitting up on top of the apartments behind us right now. I can zoom in. So they sit up there, or they sit, now I gotta zoom out, or they sit up on top of the Lelandii trees. I don't know if anybody's watching yet, but when they do. In here is where I was showing, if you can see, there's my canna lilies. So they are coming up. This green one here, the red one, they are starting to come up. And there's foxgloves in here, like right here. And I'm just leaving them in the ground this year again. Sometimes I have them in pots, but this year I have them in, I just put them in the raised bed. So here is a rose, and you can see this rose has like black spot. It's called black spot. It's like a mold that like it literally is spots of black on the leaves. I've sprayed all my roses now, so the new leaves that come out will not have black spot, and then I'll take all those ones off. But I'll leave them on until, well, I'll take them off soon now that the spray has absorbed into the plant. So again, you can see the canna lilies here behind me. They're coming along, but just a slow, steady. Oh, and I forgot, behind me here is I can't see where I'm pointing here. I don't know if you can see them, but this is golden raspberries. And my poor, up in this corner, my poor beautiful cherry tree. It's like an ornamental cherry tree, so it gets really nice pink flowers and not edible cherries, but it looks really nice in the spring and then the leaves look really good in the autumn, but it has no leaves on it because it dried out because it's in a pot, but it is alive. So I've been watering it. You can see that there is some sunshine, but it's in the front of the house. So my meditation bench is back there too, but it's hidden and I gotta redo this stuff. Anyways, so coming along, this is the path here, and on this side is more raspberries, but red ones. And over here is, again, the canna lilies and my banana. And this is my rosemary that's like taking over the path. There is strawberries down here too, because I used to have the strawberries all along the edge so they could hang over, and then so they did, and they reached down here. So there's some strawberries down there. This poor raspberry is looking like it needs some, even the raspberries don't look as good as they should. They're not as big and not as, like, it looks like it's missing nutrients and definitely missing water. But I'm trying to get everything back to, yeah, this is very dry out here. Even if we did have that thunder shower, it wasn't enough. And I haven't watered, because the raised beds are in the ground, the rain should be enough for them, but it's not if it's not raining. So here's the path out, and there's my chair and my light where we were sitting. Oh yeah, even look, this is a olive, and I was so impressed with how many flowers the olive tree was getting. And I don't know if I was gonna get any olives or not, but I've never had one of my olive trees have so many flowers on it, and they're looking dry and stuff. And I did water these. Oh, my herbs they look dry again. I'm gonna have to water them after we're done here too. But we're back to the beginning, and I'll show you guys other parts of the garden on different lives. So now, see, this is when I get my bit of anxiety, just thinking about everything that needs to be watered and keeping things alive, and how frustrating it is when I work so hard. Cheers. I gotta tip you guys down a little bit. And the other thing is, I don't know how long my old live was. So this is like part 2, but I don't know how many minutes I was on. Yeah, I can't check my watch either. I don't even know what time it is now. It's not showing me. Fuck. Excuse my language if I just said that, if you guys heard that. Can somebody tell me what time, like, you can just tell me the time where you live, and then I can figure out what time it is here. Or even how many minutes after the hour it is. I think we were at least 20 minutes in on the other one. I don't know how much longer we're going to do this, because I am getting chilly. I don't have anything planned. I don't know what to talk about. I miss having guests. I need to do that again. And I mean, besides summertime and being in the garden and stuff, we're almost in the, like, I can do different crafts and stuff too again. So I could always do stuff from the kitchen as well. If it's not a hot day, a hot Sunday, I can do stuff in the kitchen or crafts or whatever too, to make them more interesting. Anyone? Time? Oh, sorry, you guys told me it's okay. So that means it's 8:39. So 8:39, 8:40. So 40 minutes. So we have about 25 minutes if I did an hour. Approximately. Now you hear the pigeons. I mean, I gave you guys some fun things. You guys got to see the jackdaws, which, like I said, are like crows. Got to hear the pigeons. You got to see some of the garden. Oh, and Mom said beautiful flowers. Thank you. That was when I was stuck and it wasn't working. And I got a letter from a pen pal today too. No, Melanie, it's not the one from you yet. Oh, Melody, meet Melanie. Melanie, meet my sister Melody. It hasn't come yet, but I did get a letter from pen pal today, which I'm excited to read when I get in, because I didn't have time when we got home from Steve's dad. So I opened it and peeked in, but I haven't had time to pull it out and read it. So that's what I'm going to do when I'm done here. But actually, the first thing I'm going to do is water the herbs that are in pots because they don't look good. And then I am going to go in and, oh, and actually, I don't know if you saw when I was like turned around, there's like that orange fencing, like it's like plastic fence stuff. I took it down for this so it looks nicer, but I actually have the orange fence that goes across here too to keep the dog out of my raised beds, because if I want to grow things that you can eat, oh, that reminds me, Steve's dad gave me some tomato plants. I left them in the front. If I want to grow stuff to eat, I don't want doggy doo-doo and stuff in my raised bed, so yeah, the greenhouse has some plants in it too, and I should actually check there. I'll have to water stuff in the greenhouse as well. Like I said, being gone for even 2 days in a hot summer is detrimental to plants that are in pots. So, but I'm in a better place in the garden now than I have been in the past couple of years. That summer of 2024 when we were in Canada, I lost a lot of plants, and it made my state of mind for the garden like very negative, and just didn't care anymore about my garden. But I'm getting back to caring about it and loving it and wanting to be out here more. But yeah, it was disheartening to lose so many plants, and so that's why, like, and then last year we went to Ireland, but it wasn't as many weeks. But it's just like spring and summer for a gardener is not the time to travel. That's what Steve said to his dad today too. He's like, oh, you haven't been on any cruises in a while, and he's like, don't you want to go on one? He's like, yeah. And he's like, oh, I will, I'll go. He's and if you know, I'm just and then I knew exactly why, because like we said it basically at the same time, like after the summer's over, because when he doesn't have to be in the garden. I'm like, yeah, I said to Steve's dad, I said, yeah, he doesn't get it. He doesn't get that spring and summer are not time for traveling for gardeners. It just is not the right time. But saying that, it's not like you really want to go, unless you're going somewhere warm, you don't really want to go traveling in the winter, like to somewhere else that's cold, because that's not always fun. I'll show you guys something. I have stuff that's over here that needs to be burnt, like my fire pit. I can just turn you guys. Why is that loose? Hang on. There, you guys got a 360 view. But over here in my fire pit, I have stuff to burn, but I haven't burnt it because it's been so hot anyways. Oh, there's my orange fence that I need to put back up. But this flower, rooted itself and flowered in here. I grew this from, I don't know where you are. I grew this from seed. You need to come closer. I grew this. It's a type of rudbeckia, so black-eyed Susan, and I grew it from seed in a pot a few years ago. And this little guy seeded himself from my compost or wherever in the ground here, and I was pretty sure, I was waiting to see the flowers to see if it was a weed or a flower, and it most definitely is a flower, but it's so close to my burn thing that I don't want to burn until it's finished its life. But that's cool. I guess that's the thing when you grow things from seed, is that if they can be grown from seed, then sometimes the seeds that they make, you know, the cycle goes around. And that's how I have all my poppies and stuff, and I like things that just pop up. So sometimes I'll leave them and see. Even over here on the step to go up, where, gotta come with you guys. Yeah, right here, there's a fern growing right there that I obviously didn't plant, but it's nice. So I'll leave it there. And then we go around. In this pot, it looks like these things are dead, but that's only because they were cuttings off of a plant and I stuck them in that pot. So they're like so we'll see if they get roots or not, the sticks. And then into the greenhouse, which we can do a live from there one day too, because I do have a light in the greenhouse too. You guys are on a wobbly pallet, so that's why it's wanting to fall over now. So yeah, in the greenhouse. And I'll bring you guys around to my chair. So we can do the death question now. Scooch. So I think we did number 11 last week. Can't believe our baby's going to be 18. No more children. Only grandchildren. Why am I going all the way to question 30? No, question 11 is what we did last week, so we're on question 12. I need to do my will. Please remind me to get going on my will, mine and Steve's wills. We need to have that done. There was something else death-related that I needed to figure out, too. I can't remember what it was, but definitely we need to get our wills done. So, question 12 for your end-of-life death planning, funeral planning, all that good stuff that I love and that we don't talk about enough. Do you have any sentimental or items of value? You don't need to tell me where your items of value are. It's just that if and when you die, do you want them to go to a certain individual? Will there be any conflict over items? Does anyone know which things matter and which ones don't? So like my stuff, lots of my ornaments and stuff, I told you guys this before, like no one knows what's sentimental, what's actually valuable, what's actually, yeah, like, so if it's sentimental, if it's been passed down for generations, but it's not worth anything, it's still worth that sentimental value. So this knick-knack to that knick-knack that I just got at a charity shop, which one is, that's what we need to do. Me and Steve need to, for art class this week, we need to find a frame. So we said we're going to a charity shop to find frames and like sand them down and gesso them so they're ready for painting. Okay, so, yeah, so this knick-knack and that knick-knack, one's from a charity shop and one was my great-grandma's or whatever. That one of them matters more than the other. So that's what the question of the week is. And then not only can you mark things, you know, like put a little tag on the bottom and write who it's going to or whatever, or make note of it in your will, whatever, because are people going to fight about it? You know, maybe dad's old granddad's old grandfather clock, you know, and there's only one of them and there's 4 kids, who's getting it and what, you know, are people going to fight about it or whatever? So yeah, question, do you have any sentimental or items of value? Do you want them to go to certain individuals? Will there be any conflict over items? Does anyone know which things matter and which ones don't? So that is, like I said, good for me too, especially jewelry. I don't have any high-end pieces that are like worth like loads and loads and loads, but Steve and his parents have bought me jewelry that is worth more than I would ever spend on myself, or my costume jewelry, just stuff that I wear every day. So I need to mark down. I try to keep them separate, but even I need to, some of it I have to look at pictures to see where, if I can't remember where I got it from. So that is what we're going to work on this week, and that's number 12. So number 13 will be next Sunday. And like I said, next Sunday, if it's hopefully not as chilly as this, then I will be floating on a floaty on the plunge pool next Sunday. And hopefully I'll have things planned besides lying there lounging around. I'll have more things planned to talk about and such. So like I said, Canada Day on Wednesday, Erica's birthday on Friday. It's summer officially, so I'm not sure what you guys want to learn about or talk about and what day. So I won't even have a witch casket. They ship on the 14th of the month, so I get it about the 16th, 17th, 18th, depending on where the 14th falls. So that is not this weekend. And then in a couple weeks, there was something else, like Sunday the 5th. Was it the 5th that's a Sunday? No, so the first is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So yeah, the 5th. What was it about the 5th of Sunday the 5th? Maybe they just thought it was July already. I can't remember. I'll have to look in my notebook and see if there was something specific about the June 5th, or maybe I have no idea. Anyways, I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you same place, same time next week. Different part of the garden. And I hope you guys have a good week, and you guys will see me with a better smile next Sunday. It's not scaring little children like I did today at lunch. And then I was a little baby that I was like smiling at and then trying to smile, and I was like, oh, maybe this is scary. And then I went and cleared my throat. And she just, you know, jumped, and then she started crying. So her dad had to take her out of her high chair because I made her cry by scaring her. This crazy lady with a missing tooth. Melody says, love you too. Yeah, and my family that's watching this now or later, I miss you guys. Wish it was easy enough to just teleport to see you guys. But it's not, so this is the next best thing that I can give you guys. Thanks for tuning in now or later. Don't forget to go to my YouTube and press subscribe. It doesn't cost any money. You just need to open YouTube, look in the search bar, put Rambling Hour with Lisa or at Rambling Hour with Lisa, whatever, and then go to my YouTube page and just click subscribe. You don't even have to watch any of my old lives if you don't want to. Just go and subscribe. All right? Love you guys, and I'll see you next Sunday. And if you want to watch my old ones, you can watch them. They're all there. Bye.